What's up, everybody? And this is Lukonen.Golf, also known as Golf. And you've got Gary Lukonen and Dougie Lukonen, the brothers, out here at Dixie Golf Course in Summertown, Tennessee, for the Brother Invitational. Hole 1, par 4, 295 yards, dogleg to the right. Tough to drive because of the high trees and water. So we're laying up. Here we go. Oh, and Gary, the player, swatting it out there beautifully. Your host with the most, up next. Oh, he puts it out there, not too bad. Back looks a little rusty. He doesn't play as much as the amateur about to turn pro, Gary. And he's lining this one up right here, hoping for a birdie. Ooh, that's going to be in the shrubs on the right. Tough. He's going to have a tough out there. Gary stepping up, G-Money looking to seek the pin. Oh, well struck.
Oh, that's perfect.
That's going to have a chance. Got Dougie up next. He is checking this out. Got to go over a golf cart. Oh, and he gets it out there.
Get through.
He actually got it out there.
We're on.
That looks
That's
like it might be
great.
on the green. Might even have a chance there. Try to save par on this tough hole. Gary lining up his birdie putt. First birdie opportunity of the day, right on hole 1. Headed towards the cup. Oh, just short. Had the line.
Taps it
Very
in.
tough putt. And he'll knock in his par to stay even. This was a great day. Great golf course. Weather was windy. High of 70, and just really a good time with two brothers. One of the best days of my life playing with my brother today. He's turning 23 in a few days. Can't wait to release this video for him. All right, Dougie, the host, to save par. And that did not break the way he thought it would. This hole is turning into a disaster. Yeah, right, to save bogey, and that lips out. He's going to have to use his mulligan. Lukonen.Golf rules is you always get at least one mulligan on the first hole, just to start it out. All right, here we go. Hole 2, par 3, 175 yards. You've got the water to the right, the trees to the left, and the green on a pedestal. Gary. Oh, excellent strike
Good
here.
Ball. Get all over it.
He likes it. Looked like it had a little distance on it. Up next is your host, Douglas Fresh. He's looking to redeem himself after that rough last hole. Oh, and he hits the big
good
draw.
shot. Be the number.
And puts it out there. Not bad. Once again, beautiful golf course. Something we like about Dixie Oaks is the very tall trees native to the Middle Tennessee area. The rough is truly rough. You get some beautiful water out here, nice and clear. Something you don't really see in a whole lot of Middle Tennessee courses, and the water actually comes into play. And that's usually something that's hard to find in southern Middle Tennessee. You could complain about things at this course. I mean, the cart path isn't the best in the world, but I do feel like right now this course and Tournament Oregon are two of the best courses for the money right now. I mean, this is weekend rate, $32 for 18 holes. We had nobody in front of us. The course was in excellent shape. These greens during the summer are usually prime, and not to mention they had just aerated the greens. So they just checked those out, but the thing with that is they actually rolled very true. You'll get to see Gary put some putts later that you can see him turn, and you don't see the ball bouncing all over the place. They did a real good job of making sure that these greens were going to roll all right today. A very picturesque course. You've got a lot of elevation change. You can see the ridge to our left. You're going to get a little dizzy from this camera moving around here in a minute, but you can see that once this thing gets lined up, you've got water to the right, you've got your player dead ahead, you've got the trees, the slope, tough green. Gary even made the the top. So here our player is approaching for his second birdie attempt of the day. Let's see if he can make it count. All right, she's on her way. Oof. Oh my gosh, that's within 2 inches. Man, he's 3 inches away from 2 birdies right now. So he's even. He tips his cap to the crowd, lets him know he's going to be all right. He'll get his additional opportunities later. He's not going to let that one keep him down. Your host with his first birdie attempt on the green of today. Looking to hole this putt. He's got out his putter, the 1920 Harry Vardon chromium putter, also known affectionately as the butter knife. He smacks it. He put a little steam on that. He's got a testy 2.5 footer. He's got a neck. Oh, I don't think the host cares. He's slapping it in there for a par, redeeming himself after a horrible first hole. Up next, we finally get out the boomsticks. We're on a par 5. A lot of the par 5s out at Dixie Oaks are short. This one 495 yards, dogleg left. Then it straightens out to a, once again, green on a pedestal. It's above your stance. So here we go. Oh, and he crushes it.
Perfect.
Wonderful. Tailing right around. Got a steeper hook than he originally wanted, but I do believe that turns out to be pretty good. Up next, your host. Ready to drive one. All right, there we go. A great drive to start it out. Finally loosening up those backs early in the morning. And we're ready to approach. I've got a 5-iron here. I've got the Ping. Well, they're not Pings. They're like knockoffs off of Diamond Tour Golf. But they're mock drafts of the Ping Z35s. Or G35s. Mine are actually Z35s because they're the knockoff. But we're rolling with a 5-iron right here. And it was a little colder, like I said, so I think I was off on distance for most of the day, but here we go. Let's see if we can get on in 2 for eagle, baby. Big swing. Drawing towards the flag, but I think she's going to come up short. Next, Gary. Making his mark on a course he's never played before. He's never been out to the Dixie Oaks, but he's checking it out. He's looking for his eagle opportunity as well. Oh, look at that swing. He wanted all of that. His right foot slid a little bit. You can tell when he's nice and calm and under pressure. He didn't want that to slip off to the cart path there, but you know, that swing is just so together and so tight, so fluid at the same time. Just picture perfect. Here we go. For eagle from the fringe. Oh, and that is a money chip. That new Vokey wedge. Dougie's gonna have it talking all day. Your host talking himself up a little bit there. Gotta get credit where credit's due. He's gonna have a rough round ahead of him. All right, Gary for his eagle. Dealing with a little ridge to get over. Nothing he hasn't seen before. Pops it up.
Ooh, hit
and
right there.
that ball, it's sort of stuck and stopped. Uh-oh. I think it's birdie time for the host. Cue up the tunes. Let's ride. Oh, and that is Gary, the other Lukonen brother, lining up his birdie. He's been all over it. He's been wanting birdie the first 2 holes. Now he gets his 3rd opportunity here at a putt for bird. Putts it.
Get in there, baby.
Oh. He ends up coming up short. He's kicking himself on that one. He knows he missed 100% of the shots that fall short of the hole. He knocks down his par and stays at a solid even. Both players now even through 3 holes. Dougie taking the path less traveled, bogey par birdie. And now he's teeing up at this hole 4, par 3, 155 yards, narrow fairway, and a smaller green than the ones they've dealt with thus far. Cracks it, and that was drawn towards the left. He might be in some trouble over there. Next up, Gary, taking his shot at the green. Well played.
Turn.
Well played.
She's coming.
That's coming around nicely. He should have a putt on
All
that.
over it.
A
Little
little
short,
pose
but
for
all
the
over.
camera.
Yeah, I choked down.
Likes it. And a silly car ride here, just for some fun. And look at these trees. This course. My brother, the birthday boy, 23. My crazy ass. Ooh, speaking of crazy, let's go find Doug's ball over there. That's a rough.
Dougie
that's a
working
rough
with
one over there.
short-sided,
Actually ended up sitting on that stuff for about a
uphill,
tree.
about 20
Lie
yards.
it wasn't too bad. It wasn't the greatest either. But here we go. Nonetheless, the approach for birdie. Ooh, little too much goose on that wedge, and she'll roll down. All right, Gary, putting for birdie for the 4th time today. Really eyeballing this one. Been looking at it for a minute. Let's see what he can do. Plays it up.
Get up
Oh
in there.
man, that is a tight turn on that
Got a
putt.
lot of turn on it.
Massive turn.
That had a lot.
He's going to have to settle for par again. But you know what, ladies and gents? A lot of people are very happy with par. I myself am included on that list. If I could get a par every hole, I'd be pretty darn happy. And the crowd likes it. Consistency is key, and his game is evolving. All right, your host with a long par attempt here. Looks like we're about 20 feet away. The butter knife will give it what it can give it.
in there.
Oh, man. He brushes the inside edge, and he will have to suck it up and take his bogey right here. It's a sad moment, but we're out. All right, hole 5 is a par 4, 293 yards. Definitely drivable. Slight dog leg to the left, but there is a pond at the bottom of the hill, and with the cold weather, we decided better lay up. Take the safe shot. Oh, and great connection by Gary. Kept that swing nice and tight.
Over there.
The form was just money on that. And now you have the slugger. Also laying up here. Not wanting to possibly land it in that pond.
Now that
And an excellent shot put out
Ooh.
there. And we're both
flyer.
playing.
That's tough.
Got an iron shot into the green. Looking for another birdie attempt.
Cut.
He doesn't like that one as much. Needs it to fade, but she keeps going straight. Sometimes these golf balls can be cruel individuals. Dougie pulls out that wedge again, the 56. He's looking to make this baby dance on the green. He remembers he's about 105, 110 out. He doesn't want to give it all of it. Puts it up there. Oh, the lie made him fall over a little. Looks like he's going to be chipping. Both boys are chipping here. Boys are struggling on this hole 5. Going to have to really rally to get a par out of it. Gary from the side. Oh, it looks like the grass caught the blade of his wedge, and he is not happy about that. Dougie from the bleachers on the right puts in a nice shot. And he's got a par opportunity, so both boys right here for par. Gary. Oh, man. Just grazed the edge. He's going to take his first bogey of the day. 4 pars, 1 bogey through 5 holes. Dougie lining up that par, and he drops it. And we're moving on out. All right. It's enough fooling around for today. It's time to welcome everybody to Crush Town, hole 6, par 4, 342, and we're going for it. is just murder. That is just killing. All of the people around living in these houses just saw greatness. Oh, and it's not all yet. Let's give them another thing to cheer about. Oh my gosh. Taste the smoke. That is just wonderful.
Got an SD card in here. I can record like a whole 5-hour round without this thing. But it just takes forever to like come on. Yeah. Great. And then crushed and lucky. Super crushed. Aggressive line paid off. Aggressive line, super crushed. Look at that. Look at that. There's a let me go way back here to my mom.
Not bad for somebody who only weighs like 120, 130 pounds, you know. You can crush it over 300. It used to kind of be unheard of. But not here, not in Middle Tennessee. Just kind of shows how good of a game he has. Alright, the 31-year-old washed up amateur golfer. He's looking at about 50 or 60 yards from here. He needs it to give himself a birdie shot. Oh, he catches it a little too thin, a little too hard. He'll be chipping again. Gary sends his up onto the green. And that is going to be a pretty birdie opportunity. Yeah, that's within about 6 foot right there for bird. All right, Dougie from the woods behind the green. Can't get it past that clump of sand on the green. He's going to have to get out his butter knife. Try to save par from a distance again. This is a tough way to live on a golf course. From about 13 feet out. He had a decent speed, but the wrong line. So he's going to have to... He doesn't even care how far away it is. He just smacks it in for bogey. All right, Gary with his birdie attempt. He's looked at this putt. He's done the practice. He's done the strokes. And he's ready.
For bird.
Oh, and he burns the left edge. That is a heartbreaker. He's going to have to settle for par again and stay at 1 under. Birdie attempt at every hole for Gary. He's wanting to capitalize. He knows he's got it in him, but we're still in Crush Town. Easy approaches, and we like that. Alright, so we got a wedge out. We got to be around 100 yards here. You can see the flag. Ball is up, and that is going to be short.
We can get in there close.
Maybe next time. Alright, here comes Gary. Wanting to give himself another birdie attempt. Try to get this one nice and close. Pops it right up, takes a nice little stroke at it. Looks like that's going to be putting. Here comes Dougie. Oh, and he's making that wedge just work.
Get in there,
He's just
baby.
working that wedge. He had a great day, him and the wedge, and that's going to make for an easy par. Gary for birdie. Oh, it's coming
Get in
in.
there.
Oh,
It did that.
that's the right edge. And that is truly just a close putt right there. Dougie redeeming himself from the bogey last hole. The host with the most will pull his ball out and take his par. Gary for par next to stay at 1 over through 7 holes. And it's in. There was never a doubt. Dougie wanted to leave Crushtown on this hole. He had a rough drive, I believe. But Gary, oh, he stays right in Crushtown. And that is
Great.
T-totaled. All that excitement about the par got to your host on this hole. He wanted to just hit this one all the way to the green, and he absolutely hates leaves, so he moved a leaf. You saw how much he just discarded that leaf like it was nothing. And he discarded his ball to the right like it was nothing. He ended up losing that ball, so this is his drop. Or else he would have snuck away with a different score on this one. So here we go. 3 from the fairway. Smacks it, and it looks like that's on the green. Gary, his second shot, coming in from the fairway, he was able to find his because it was beautiful. Pops her up towards the flag. Oh, and that is very close.
Oh,
it
almost went in.
the hole. That was tight. Went right by the pin. All right, Dougie to save par. Just misses the edge. Man, he putted that one hard. He's gonna have almost a 4-footer for bogey. It doesn't matter. He doesn't even need to look at it. The no-looker. And you know what time it is? It's time for another birdie attempt for G-Money. He's been waiting the whole day for this one. Oh, yeah. He knocks it down. Gary even coming into hole 9. Oh, he's now the mayor of Crushtown. That is 4 or 5 crushes in a row. He walked after that ball.
Way long.
That was long.
That is
Just murdered.
Oh my god.
All right.
That was a laser.
Let's see a
guys.
31-year-old man awkwardly tee a ball up.
That was a blazer.
All right. Hole 9. This one here is a par 5, 515 yards. Once again, another short par 5. Ooh, and that's crushed just to the right again. So he's going to be hitting from the holler over here to the right. He's still going to be trying to clubber up hill to the green. Green once again way above the feet on this one. Really above your head. Smacks it. Catches some trees, but he finds out it's going to get through and be all right. Gary from the fairway trying to put her on for eagle. Oh, and that's well hit, and he kept his foot in that time, and it made all the difference. Well struck ball. Dougie with that fantastic wedge play. Oh, and it's smooth, and he's got about a 7-footer for birdie. Gary from distance for eagle. And, oh, just comes up short. Looks like he's going to have a smooth birdie right here. He is not far away. There was never a doubt. It's in. And, ooh, Dougie misses his birdie. He'll have to settle for a par. 3 over after 9 holes. Gary is 1 under after 9 holes. A 4-stroke difference, and we got the beautiful Dixie Oaks. Another set of water in front of us. Nice cart path. And a tough uphill par 5. 525 yards. Doesn't matter for the mayor, Crush Town, as he puts another one out there, beelined for the center of the fairway. Dougie's last 2 drives have been pretty rough. Your host is trying to gather it together. They've been fading off to the right a little bit. He's trying to reel some things in here, get his pace back. Oh, and he hits a good drive. It will get caught up in some rocks, a few bad bounces. But nonetheless, it's down there. And we're rolling. You get a picture of hole 18 to your right, big slope down to a little ditch in the middle. You gotta be careful about that. We've got some shrubbery to the left. Nice little creek area. Once again, those tall trees. And when you're in the rough, it's rough. And you can see that after getting caught up in those rocks, we were sitting on some tough stuff here. But we're going to go ahead and take the mallet at it. We're going for the green. When in doubt, hammer out. Oh, and that's crushed. Just left. Alright. Your banger. Ready to line this one up. 1 under, hole 10. Ready for another eagle opportunity. Trying to put this one on. Swatted it. He hit the cut, but it started too far left, so he's going to be hitting from the side of the green rather than on the green. Dougie from the woods
Sounded
and
clean.
just gets it out. He wanted to get it on, but he just got it out. All right, Dougie from in the fairway smacks it up onto the green. Here's Gary's 3rd shot from to the left of the green. Pops her on, and the ball releases towards the hole and gives himself a good opportunity for birdie. And now Dougie looking for his par on this one. And that will just miss. That will be tough. He'll take his bogey. Gary looking for his birdie. Oh, that's well put. It's a Turner. It's a Turner.
A Turner! Let's go.
And he's on fire. He's 2 under through 11 holes. We got a par 4, 427 yards. He's got a driving iron. And he smokes it.
Perfect. Good shot.
All right. Your host with the most. He's going to bring the driver to play. He knows he needs his yardage. His drive's been looking prettier as of late. He thinks he can get her done. Oh, and he does. That is swatted right down the center of the fairway. Good opportunities ahead for both golfers. Here we go. Green is a little below the feet, I would say, here. So you need to stop her quick. Swatted. It's going to be believe on the green, just on the left side there. Next up, your host, Dougie. Pulling out the iron, looking to set himself up for a birdie opportunity. Oh, and he was aimed a little too much to the right. He's going to be pitching it from a long way out.
Get this angle for y'all.
It's about 35, 40 yards away to the right of the cart path with a tough lie. Oh, and where the hell was that going? Wow. He smoked that one. Gary for his birdie attempt. Actually, just to the left of the pin and just a little deep, but he's got this headed towards the cup. Oh, just an inch away from being 3 under. And that's precious. Dougie's swatting his ball up there.
Great shot.
A redemption from that terrible last chip.
What a recovery.
So he's ready for his bogey. Gary offers him a putter, but he says no. Just get out of my way. Watch me work.
They love this team. They love it. They love it.
If you're gonna get a bogey in style. Now we approach the hardest hole on the course, according to the scorecard. Hole 12, par 4, 431 yards. Gary gives it a smash down the left side. Might have got her into some trees, he hit it so hard. This is a tough hole because you've got the 2 trees in front of you narrowing your fairway view. The green is actually up and to the right, and then dead straight you have trees, and to the right of those trees you have some water. So there's danger all around, and obviously you have some sort of neighborhood to the left, so you don't want to hurt anybody at the same time. Your host, ready to swat. Ooh, and the dot gets swat. What a smash. Gary found himself in a precarious situation. He did hit his drive deep to the left. He's got a tough punch, but he's good. Oh, and that is pretty. That's going to hook right around.
Dougie from position A.
Dougie, like most of the day, has found himself in the fairway again. He just needs to be able to put these irons on the green. He's been struggling all day with that. But nevertheless, he's got an opportunity. Lots of practice swings. And it's up. He likes it. And he's on the green. Gary for birdie from the front after that tough punch. Pops it up. Ooh.
Good shot.
Gives himself a chance at par. And Dougie lining up one of his very few birdie opportunities. Putting on the green here. Sends it on its way with the butter knife. And she just didn't have the line. He is a little disappointed in that. He'll have to settle for par. He knocks it down. There's never a doubt. Gary to stay at 2 under. Before this putt, he said, if I make this one, I'll do some jumping jacks. Well, he's been putting pretty good all day, but we'll see. Knocks it down. No jumping jacks needed. He's a pro. Hole 13. Tough hole. Slight dogleg to the left, but the fairway is deceiving. So we both thought we hit amazing drives on this. Oh, and you can see how amazing it was. He walks after it. But the problem was we were aimed just a little too far to the left. We thought the fairway was that direction, and that's where we hit it. But the fairway is actually a little more to the right, so it gave ourselves a tough next shot. There's another good drive, or not. So this is our lie after that drive. So that's troublesome. Got the 52-degree wedge out here. I'm hoping to pick this clean, just not get as much of the rough. And I catch it fat. Nobody likes that. Gary with another punch. Oh man, the art of the punch is being seen today. He's been really good with that punch. Dougie from the bottom of the hill after hitting one fat puts her tight with that wedge again. Just amazing with the wedge all day after that one bad one was out of his system. And he'll actually be putting for par right there. Gary for birdie would be coming up next. He's checking out his line, clearing things out of the way. And the par is, oh, Dougie misses the par. And he is upset about that. The host is not going to get over that. He doesn't feel the most right now. Gary for birdie from the back of the green.
We don't pull the flag anymore, boys.
Yeah. Some courses are doing it.
Some are.
Yeah.
It's on its way. No! He drains it to go to 3 under. Another tough hole coming up here. Hole 14, par 3, 218 yards. Long par 3 here. A challenging hole. Anything to the left is dead. And he hits a good shot. He'll be right on the front there. Have a chance at birdie. He likes it. This hole has doomed your host many times because he does hit a draw. So he's aiming to the right on this one, trying to keep her safe. He hits it. Oh, he's a little worried it might hit that cart over there where those people were, but no, it doesn't. So now he's 30 yards away to the right of the green, and he's got the trusty wedge out. He pops it up, and you just see magic happen. He hadn't been able to hit an iron all day, but that wedge, chipping-wise, has been pretty fire. But can he put it in? That is yet to be seen. Gary for a birdie attempt. About 30 feet away, maybe 25 feet away. And that ball is on its way. Oh, and it just keeps rolling a little bit. Got a tester left. That wind has been testy all day. If you've been watching these flags, they've been blowing pretty good. We're approaching that 70-degree high at this point in time in the day. And we got the butter knife out to try and capture a par here now that we're 6 over. Oh, and it lips out. That is a heartbreaker. That is tough. That's 2 easy putts for par missed by your host. Gary lining up his par. Got, like I said, he got a tester here, about a 4 or 5 footer. And that ball tails off to the right. And he will suffer a bogey. Now at only 2 under. He was on fire for a minute. But he's going to try to keep that. Tough par 4 right here, 350 yards with a creek going through the middle. Best to lay up. Don't want to hit your drive and have it go into the creek. Clearing that creek is an absolute smash. You got to carry about 300 yards through the air, which means a 330-yard drive. Very few capable of that, so we're both laying up. There's also a small pond/lake to the left that provides for more danger, and lily pads to the right. Gary with an iron from the fairway puts it on. Little deep, but still on. Dougie from the fairway. Looking at his situation here. Doesn't like the lie. And proves how much he doesn't like the lie by putting it right in those lily pads. He had to search for it and smack a wedge up. Not bad from where he was. It was pretty ugly from over there. Next, Gary, for birdie to redeem himself from last hole's bogey. Putt's on the way. No.
Wow.
Turner!
What a club. That ball broke 20 feet.
Alright, yours truly. Looking to try to save par from far away again. And that is a common theme. Unable to make those long par putts. He'll take his bogey and get the hell out of there.
I got this. Or I'll do the putt.
Alright, hole 16, a 221-yard par 3. This is a tough one. The green is stuffed in a corner between two trees. Kind of a smaller green. Oh, and he swats it up there. That's going to be putting. Your host crushes one. Hits a tree and gets some relief. He likes that. Cute little bridge here on hole 16. Definitely see how
undulation we were
danger
hitting
will be
at.
on the right there, and then you got to chip up to it.
Going up the hill with Betsy, it takes about 5 minutes.
Grass is well taken care of. Cart's running out of steam. We had to give her a little kick. So here we are, both putting for birdie. Nearly a country mile away. Dougie pushes his putt to the right, and he will have about a 4-foot tester. That'll be a tough putt. Tough save for par, especially how the butter knife has been putting today. And the player, of course. So next, Gary will go ahead and attempt his birdie. That's on its way.
Come on down here.
Oh, he needed that to get some more legs. He will have a tough putt for par. Dougie looking to try to save par here on hole 16. Trying to maintain some face. And he burns the edge and then will take a bogey. Sad. For par. Nails it. Like a heat seeker for the cup, he stays at 3 under. Gary on hole 17, a par 4, 396 yards. It looks narrow at first with all the trees, but then this fairway really opens up and you really want to be in the middle or a little to the right. Gary absolutely crushes it. It's going to be left center, a little left edge of the fairway, so he will have some trees to contend with. And like we've seen on previous holes, he absolutely smashes things. Your host, ready to drive. Smacks it. Oh man, that is just smushed. That's right down the pipe. And Dougie will have an opportunity to put up an iron shot and try to enjoy a birdie attempt. Oh no. Like most iron shots today, your host is chipping. Up next, Gary. Looking to hook this ball around. He does have a little tree to contend with. And he hits it. Nice knockdown punch. And it looks like he also will be chipping. Look at the hay bales. Wow. And good look at someone's backyard over here. We'll be chipping up. Gary with the first chip pops it up. And she rolls just a little too much. Gary not necessarily happy with that, but he's having a good day with his brother. Having a good fun golf day, period. Dougie pops his chip up here in a second, I believe. If he stops taking so many practice swings. Oh, here we go. Here comes the ball. Put some spin on it, knocks it to the right. It looked better than it was. Both players have tough putts for par, which they could have made up. Oh, but Gary doesn't let it stop him. He's putting and rolling the ball nicely, and he will stay at 3 under. Dougie, 9 over par. Well, he's having a rough back 9 compared to his front 9. Got the butter knife, trying to save par here. And he misses it. The putt turns deathly to the right. And he will move to 10 over par. Gary with the big stick. Par 5, 508 yard. Hole 18. Big fairway. Down, then up, then down, then back up to the green. Smoked. Smoke show. Absolutely striped. Striped right down the pipe. Dougie trying to redeem himself nearly every hole. Swats it. It's going to be to the left a little bit, but looks like it will be playable. Gary crushed it so far. He does have some trees to contend with. Looks like he's going to try to hit a low hooker or a high hooker here. He wants to hit a draw on this ball. And it stayed straight on him. He's not excited about that whatsoever. That will be a tough shot from those weeds to the right, as we saw back on hole 10. Dougie. Oh, trying to hit the hook. He ended up doing the same thing. He's able to find his ball, though. So here he is, his third shot. And he knocks it, and it rolls down the front of the green, so he'll
Go get
actually
him,
be
buddy.
chipping as well. Gary could not find his ball. He will be hitting from up top. So this will be his fourth shot. He hits a flyer. He's able to drop
Nice.
it on the green. Dougie. Playing from far away. Hits his wedge. This is fourth shot. So now he's putting for 5, I believe. Yep, putting for 5. Knocks it up here and by the hole. Looks like he'll be taking a bogey if he can make that next putt. Oh, Gary misses his putt. Still a great round of golf by Gary. Dougie knocks down his bogey. He'll finish the round at 11 over. Gary knocking down his putt, finishing it 2 under. What a round for the Lukonen boys at a great golf course, Dixie Oaks Golf Course in Summertown, Tennessee. Right after we went and snagged some delicious Schaefer's barbecue down there. Go have yourself a great time. Enjoy Dixie Oaks Golf Course. Thanks for watching us swat the dot here on Lukonen Golf. And we'll catch you next time. Deuces.